hard turn to break down. I think I got it right, but I can see that there's no crescendo in Inkuro's hand, which was
Sure.
really get to that solution.
And this should just be done dusted, right? What's that?
Yeah,
3-4 and then the 4. Yeah, easy peasy.
3-4-4 is more than 10.
And after losing that really close game with Paladin on the previous game for Gamer, I need to start saying Gamer and Gamer and everything, for RVG, I'll say. That must have been such a great moment there to just say, okay, Warlock Mirror, pivotal game in the match. Bang, game over. Just one like that. Pretty, I'm not saying it was easy, but very quick and efficient.
It was easy.
Okay, sure.
He had the hand that got it done. Yeah, draw more pop cards and crescendos to your opponent is also one of the big rules.
Yeah, so that's so big though, right? Because now suddenly I'm just like feel like RVG's favoured in the match. The one
Oh yeah,
out the way.
it's 1-1, and he's won the really important game that we thought it might come down to, and Inkuro's won with both. Like, conquest games are not born equal.
Yeah. Really tough one there for Inkuro, but still has the ability to fight back. I know we talk about how powerful this singular game was, but it's not like it's just over, it's just definitely harder from there. It looks like we're going to go back to the, now the sort of losing decks for both sides, the Warlock versus the Paladin coming up. And again, I'm just going to pitch it over to you, Lorinda. How do you feel about this matchup if you're on the Warlock side of town?
I think this is the reason that Warlock is losing the Battle Royale today. The Paladin, in the battle of the fourth decks, the Paladin is just so much more powerful head-to-head than the Warlock. The Warlock definitely... With the Warlock's a really strong deck. If you get Pop Guard, Double Crescendo, and a Pupil, you just beat everything in the whole of Hearthstone. Like, it just happens. But the Paladin is able to just be annoying enough for long enough. The Razor Scales do work as well. That the Warlock tends not to win. If the Warlock finds specifically Conductor, and maybe one activator, which you probably won't activate.
Sure, it's likely, right?
The route to victory.
Okay. Well, pretty aggressive opening there from Inkuro in terms of the minion base, at least.
Yeah, absolutely.
No dead cards, right? You know, some of the spells are a bit dead against Paladin because you don't really want to waste the time trying to use them in the early game. So this is at least, you know, to my non-Warlock specialist eyes, as good a start as you could really want.
If you're getting no fatigue and you're getting no Conductor, I agree. It's pressuring in a lot of damage very early. But against that, there is no Conductor, there is no fatigue. So this has to get there.
Right.
And it's kind of
or at least do enough, right?
Things, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot of stuff. I will say, of course, Paladin, not strictly an aggro deck, even though it feels like it most of the time, because it does build up and then play into the sort of big late game. But still, controlling these early game minions as for Inkuro here is really strong. Like, not letting Gamer RVG play some of these weaker cards, like Grime Street Outfitter, like the tech and everything, not letting them just sit there and start chipping away is a good start. And also now Popcart being picked up, not horrendous either.
Yeah, making progress, Pupil in hand, Insanity in hand, starting to get the pieces together. The really frustrating thing is you always end up trading as the Warlock, and you are the aggressor. The Paladin is the defender in this matchup. You end up trading because of the plushies. You know they're going to heal for 7 or 12 or something ridiculous at some point. So any damage push face is kind of wasted unless it gets there. Again, that's why the Conductor is good, because it might push 15 and then attack.
Yeah.
So you end up trading and you feel bad. You don't want to be trading your aggressive deck into your opponent's defenders, right? You want to be hitting in the head, but there's just no point.
And I think here, Inkuro is almost, I don't want to say forced, but kind of forced in playing, well, like Geode and Salesman, right? Because you have to expect the Virtue. Oh, no, okay.
So,
fair enough. Hey, what do I know?
Well, this goes back to what I've been saying. If you don't play Conductor, you tend not to win. So if he's doing this, if he picks up a Conductor, it's going to be a large Conductor.
Okay.
Whereas messing around with Geodes and Salesman is very nice. It's going to draw you a lot of cards. But really, just when you play the matchup quite a bit, it's just a little bit too slow.
Well, for me, it was purely to build up a board against what is almost certainly going to be the weapon-equipped turn. because in the other scenario, yes, the spell wouldn't, the Insanity wouldn't have been played, but there would have been what, 1 minion still on the board here to keep some pressure up. So there's ups and downs, but again, I completely will trust you and Incuro on this one. Oh, there you go, Lorinda, rewarded.
Yeah, turn 5. It's not perfect, but you know, it's okay. He also,
it's the next best thing.
yeah. He also might have to take his life in his hands at some point because he has no weapon. He has no void thing. Virtuoso. So he's going to get a bit low on health himself. There's a Leroy,
Does that
which
pop,
there is.
though?
He might just die.
Might have to be a desperation pop sludge.
He's facing a lot of damage. We can see the Leroy is there.
So RVG, this might look like he's just falling for nothing, but can swing the weapon this turn. Chooses not to. Okay.
Whoa! Now that's going to possibly encourage him to make the conductor play.
Yeah. I'll just check the draw, of course, but yeah, this makes sense.
Okay. Game's still kind of alive-ish. See what I mean by turn 5 versus turn 4, though? Already the Paladin's kind of getting a grip on it.
Yeah. And also just got to keep a 7-5, right? Which is a pretty big deal. Leroy is in the hand there. Still no deck hand, but still not too bad. Sandcastle, I think, is on the left. 2 plushies as well, so there's a lot of sustain available for Gamer RVG in the next couple of turns.
Yeah, he's got to plan this turn carefully. He needs to work out how much he's willing to leave up on the other side, because he really wants to hit Incuro for a lot of damage if he can.
Yeah, I guess it's... Oh, there's 2 Righteous. Oh, I was looking at audio and the plushie, but there's also just 2 Righteous Protectors, which is an insane amount of tanking.
Also, the state of his Sandcastle is going to lose so much.
That is large.
And like you say, with the Righteous Protectors, he's found a way to work one in. The Sandcastle, he wants it to do so much,
Yeah, such a good clear.
Well, and, yeah, the bunch.
Yeah, honestly, the first time I played Sandcastle, I did not realize until I did it that it just gets to rush twice a lot of the time, and I'm like, oh, this card's insane. Like, I really just had the expectation of rush, location, click the location, done, and then it was like, oh wait, I could just use this again.
Backing for Crescendo. There it is.
Okay.
So now Potgar, Crescendo. Unfortunately, Crescendo is a pupil, but it does keep you alive and clear and do some good things. Save it.
Did people get burnt, or did that from the last?
It may have done. That's what I'm trying to look for. Yeah. I'm not sure actually. I'm not sure.
Yeah, me neither.
With it being a new cast.
Either way, Incuro does get the clear. And again, with the Sandcastle on cooldown right now, the reach from hand is a lot lower, right? Because suddenly Leroy plus Sandcastle does get a bit silly in terms of damage, but that's going to be available. I think I'll feel okay at 13 at this point.
It's fine.
Although this muscle might come down to help out with things next turn. Also leading into the turn with the Taylor Leroy next turn.
Also getting to the point now though where you got to start asking the question: how does Incuro use?
Right.
He's never making a board, right? That's just not happening. You see that gamers.
Yeah, I like this a lot.
Big stuff.
Yeah, because now big things have to happen for Outfit Taylor Leroy not to just be it.
Yeah. And not only that, you've got to actually assemble an attack at some point.
Сейчас я ему строю.
Oh, well, there you go. It wasn't burned.
Just chilling. He's so happy in that.
Just having a great time. Why not?
It's paradise. That's why it's great. Find so many things. He finds drinks. They find the things that they throw at people. Draw cards.
Yeah, this is just tricky because I think we've seen Nkuro like really hold back on the Popgar, which I respect, but there were times where it could have just been yes, the Popgar, sorry, isn't going to full heal you, but you're also not winning, right? You're also just dying at this point, so it's a little bit scary. He does get the spell off here, the consumption.
Yeah, Gamer is watching this mana get spent and realise that the more mana that gets spent, the less chance there is that he dies now, and the more he's going to go 2-1 up.
Yeah, Leroy Outfitter looks like more than enough. Well, just Leroy's more than enough, but there was the Sandcastle as well, so that turn was approximately 1 billion damage. And there we go, Gamer RVG taking game number 3 and moving up to a 2-1 lead, getting the Paladin out the way. Everything is looking quite good now, Lorinda.
Yeah, but he's got Rogue left, right?
Oh no.
Yeah.
Which Rogue? Oh yeah, it's this sort of standard Miracle Rogue.
It's standard-ish for sure. I'm just gonna have a look exactly how standard I mean when I say standard. I think he only has one. He might be on the one pupil list. Obviously, my notes have just gone all over the place.
I can find it. No, he's on 2 pupils.
He's on 2 pupils.
The one-ofs are 1 Deafen, 1 Mixologist, 1 Minstrel, 1 Speaker Stomper.
Thank you.
Everything else is 2s as far as I can see.
Oh, 1
But yeah,
Mixologist. Maybe that's where I was getting mixed up.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Gamer RVG likely feeling confident now. We've talked a lot about the likes of Fury Hunter, McBanterface being good or playing a lot of Rogue. I'm sure RVG is exactly the same, so we feel very happy to be sat on that Rogue for at worst a couple of games to give it a go.
I believe he did have to put the work in. I think we've heard that he wasn't comfortable at first on Rogue, but yeah, he's a worker. Sottle alluded to the fact that some people, I'm one of them, I'm not in Gamers League, obviously, but it's a high league of terms. You look at the deck at first, and you look at it, it doesn't make sense quite as much as some of the decks.
Yeah, I mean, that happens, right? If you're going to be someone who tries to play or have the ability to play everything, which players of this level do, of course, you're going to run into some decks that don't feel too comfortable or aren't your style overall. But I have full faith in RVG here. Nkuro, though, still not out of it, but does have a bit of a hill to climb, I think, at this point.
Oh, absolutely, and Rogue kind of loves these matchups. One of the reasons you play this instead of the Giant Rogue, if that's your selection, is you've got so much more removal. You end up using those task slips. And don't get me wrong, into Conductor can win a lot of Hearthstone games, especially with a neophyte in Nkuro's deck.
Oh, for sure.
But you do have problems as the Warlock.
First threat cleaned up from RVG. Help with the weapon here. Not going to get that repeat damage. Is there anything in particular that RVG wants in this early game to help out versus the early push from the Warlock? Or is it just everything? Is it just the rogue answer if I want to do it all?
Yeah. Half your deck does, right? You've got Mixologist can find you spells, Dubious Purchase can stop being happy, it's tall. You have Deafen for this situation. Really, what he doesn't want is what's happening here, where kind of hasn't got a turn.
Can still draw, right? Just to use the face tank. And I've heard historically rogues like to draw cards. It's definitely a rumor I've heard.
The 5-3 pirate's so key.
Yeah.
Oh, that one.
Right, caster skills from Lorinda here, calling the cards.
Yeah.
I like it. Speaker Stomper probably going to get cycled away.
think so. You've got mana to spend.
Yeah, I don't think the although clean, I don't think the equip of the weapon was really worth the same, right? As just drawing a new card. Let's get the breakdance, which is going to be pretty nice.
Yep, you're assembling a combo whilst just taking no damage and trying to, force tempo along the way. And he hasn't had the best looking tempo he hand, so.
I also need to play way more rogue because I opened a signature grifter, so.
Oh, yeah, go.
I just need to jam that deck way more.
I'm not sure if I need to jam it more. He's played a lot of it. Lost a lot of ranks.
It's definitely one of those exact two answers.
Yeah, it actually really genuinely is. I either never play it again or I just play it and play it and play it until I get the hang of it. But yeah, talking of the tempo, right? He's just left the Grifter on board here, just so that he can have a 4-5.
Yep, sorry, just muting because my dog alarm's going off.
Okay, sure. So now we can play the Pirate. Do with more extra mana. Quick pick and
just do all the stuff. Easy.
so yeah, going back a turn where Gamer had the stick up available to trade the Stomper. If he had played the stick up and forsaken the quick draw, he would have had a card to play this turn with 3 mana with the Pirate. As it happens, he drew the weapon, so yeah, that's the thing. But I have seen players streaming that just do take that, have the 3-drop in hand ready.
Now this is where things get a little bit scary because from Nkoro's side, RVG's starting to get going, right? Basically, as soon as you see this pirate hit the board, you need to be a little bit afraid, especially when the hand is as full as it is on the rogue side. So
Yes.
this plan needs to be enacted fairly quickly, I think, now from Nkoro.
I think doesn't need to always be a massive thing. Put a 3-4 and a 3-3 on the board and say that's my turn.
Do you think this is Nkoro trying to accelerate the end the game quickly now, though? Because Rogue is very good at messing around and clearing up boards. This is the play to scale that fatigue, get the Neophyte to reduce down the sort of response, and then there's Popgar. There's at least one of the one of the crescendos in hand as well.
I'm trying to work out if it sets up lethal on the 15 does Popgar's 8 without the crescendo, assuming the crescendo clears the board.
RVG just in the gamer stance of staring at a huge hand of awkward cost rogue cards.
Oh, there's some heal.
Dehydrate might
Always
save
amusing when
the
you get
game
the
again.
cycle back, so.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, you get that with Sonya, it always costs 1, you just get infinite of them until you run out of mana. Board while he sees off the neophyte, gains some health, tries not to die.
Exactly, yeah. It's just a safety turn, no point trying to do anything overly fancy through the Neophyte. Get the board cleaned up, and try and stay as healthy as possible. Nkoro gonna go digging with fracking though.
Okay, I think you harp and play the conductor here. It's not what you're looking for. He might be tempted to get eat the imp and just go for combo.
And then there's also door number 3, Lorinda, where it's tosser.
Yeah.
I guess with the Party Fiend, it's just sure. There's what, going to be 6 damage coming out here. Try and clear the board and push a little bit more to the dome.
I mean, your board almost never sticks with this late in the game with Tarslick and Fan if you play the Conductor, but I think I just want to throw the weapon out there, play the Conductor, it advances my crescendo by 1, and also just forces Gamer to tidy that up. Like, it's just going to be a pain for him. It's another turn where he doesn't get to do anything. Your turn close to getting your second crescendo, or turn close to getting your pupil, etc. I think I'd have liked to see him just lob out a load of 3/3s there and force Gamer to do something about it.
Okay, well here come things. There's 3 damage available there with the tosser. Prep into dubious, okay. Big thing here is just no Sonya.